Welcome everybody to What's the 411? This is the place that brings you news, observation, interpretation, and news commentary. Let's get it. What's up everybody? Welcome back to What's the 411? It seems like we had some technical difficulties, but hopefully you can hear the audio now. So we just gonna bring that story back. We're gonna rewind that right back and bring it back to you live, all right? And before we get started, again, I want to say thank you to everyone that subscribed to the channel here on YouTube and to all the viewers who viewed specifically a couple of videos. You really blew a few of these videos up, and some other videos you actually added some more numbers to as well here on YouTube. So I definitely want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed to this channel on YouTube. Thank you for those who followed on our channel on what am I thinking about here? Twitter and Facebook. Those who started watching us there as well, and those who watch us on Twitch. Again, our channel here on YouTube has blown up. And like I said, I remember having like only about from 12 to 15 to 18. And then all of a sudden it just started blowing up, blowing up, blowing up. And now we up to 152 subscribers here on YouTube. And I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for looking out. Continue to subscribe. Be sure to hit that notification bell so you know when I'm on live. All right, so you can catch me live. And you might want to throw in some comments live. Know what I'm saying? And so my heartfelt thank you for y'all for definitely blowing up this channel super quick in just a few weeks. You really blew up the channel. So continue subscribing, continue showing support for the voices of new Black media, and you can support us here by subscribing to this channel. All right. So with that being said, it's a fact. Black Americans are all down for hashtag cut the check. All right. Don't get it twisted. They're down for cutting the check. All right. So let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. All right. Let's take a look here. Let me make sure we can get this thing straight. All right. So 77% of Black Americans support reparations. 44% don't see racial equality ever happening. Okay. More Americans may have been discussing or have been aware of the striking race inequity in the U.S., but according to the new report from a Pew Research, most Black Americans don't think this new awareness was making any difference. In fact, 2/3 of Black Americans say the recent increased focus on race and racial inequality in the U.S. has not led to the changes that have improved the lives of Black people. Overall, Black Americans are clear on what they think the problems are they are facing. They have a typo there. Again, overall, Black Americans are clear on what they think the problems that they are facing in this country and how to remedy them, wrote Kiana Cox and Khadija Edwards, the report's authors. However, they are skeptical that meaningful changes will take place in their lifetime. All right, so they say. All right, a thread on some of the key findings from our new report. One, Black Americans expected the increased attention to racial inequality following George Floyd's murder to yield changes that would improve their lives, but many say it has not. I think that was a Twitter feed by Kiana Cox. I don't know who she is personally, but I'll definitely look her up here and see what she really is about. All right. Perhaps because Black Americans have not seen significant changes, 77% of the poll's Black respondents said they were for reparations. The report shows that Black Americans seem to have soured on the possibility of change in the racial conditions. In September of 2020, a majority of Black adults, 56%, felt the added attention to issues of race and equality following the police murder of George Floyd would lead to changes that improve the lives of Black people, CNN reported. But let me talk about that really quick. All right. So, yeah, although all of that stuff has happened, including the shooting that happened at Tops Supermarket in Buffalo, it still seems like Black Americans are getting shafted. Everybody's being put ahead of us. We're being put at the bottom. Something that Claude Anderson did mention, that we will be the bottom, be at the bottom. And he also mentioned about the Latino immigrants. And all the stuff he said is now coming to realization. And so, yeah, U.S. government, different African countries, British countries, and a whole host of others that were involved in enslaving our Black Americans. Yeah, you're gonna have to cut some checks. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gonna have to cut some checks. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. So the survey polled more than 3,000 Black Americans nationwide conducted last fall. And before I read this, I'm also thinking about the illegal immigrants that have already come across the border recently. They keep using the word migrants. No, you illegal immigrants coming across the border, being allowed to come across. You're getting a lot of red carpet treatment, and it's these Democratic states that are seeming to take y'all in. These Republican states seem to be the one that's trying to throw them out of there and sending them to Kamala's front porch, and probably be some other folks' front porch. That might all be for some political photo ops too. They'll never know. But it seems like everybody's getting the red carpet treatment except Black Americans. Notice that? And no one can deny it. It's being shown in our faces. It's totally like you spitting in Black Americans' faces. You spitting in our faces. And we don't take being spit in our face lightly. Know what I'm saying? Anyway, the survey polled more than 3,000 Black Americans nationwide conducted last fall. According to the poll, 82% consider racism a major problem for Black people in the U.S. About 8 in 10 Black Americans report having personally experienced, they say use the word discrimination, but I'm going to say experience racism because of their race or ethnicity, 79%, including 15% who say they experience such racism. I'm replacing that word discrimination. They experience such racism regularly. And roughly 7 in 10, 68% say racial discrimination or racism is not even the discrimination. Racism is the main reason why many Black people can't get ahead. Racism ranks as the most pressing problem for Black people living in the U.S. out of 6 issues tested in the survey. Almost 2/3 of Black adults, 63%, say it is a huge problem for Black Americans, while 60% say the same of police brutality, the killing of unarmed Black folks, 54% by the race soldiers, by the way, 54% of economic inequality. I say that's much higher. 47% affordability of healthcare, 46% efforts to limit voting. I don't think folks is really tripping off voting like that, but oh, whatever. And 40% the quality of K-12 schools. I haven't really heard too many people talk about that, Black folks anyway. But you got to consider who might be writing this article to begin with. On the issue of reparations, 77% say descendants of people enslaved, or I say descendants of American chattel slavery in the U.S. should be repaid in some way. No, it ain't some way. You're going to cough up that cash. You're going to hashtag cut that check, DC. Despite this, some are not optimistic that reparations will be issued by the U.S. government anytime soon. Just 7% of Black adults see the payment of reparations as very or extremely likely in their own lifetimes. Still, 85% of Black adults say Black people in the U.S. today are significantly affected by the legacy of slavery. All right. We got a comment here. Appreciate you. Your son, y'all Black, speak on it. FBA, no doubt. Yes, indeed. We definitely gonna speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely gonna speak on it. And like I said, another thing I didn't mention is the fact that you see these Black cities, right? These Black cities having these water issues. You had the Flint situation, you got Mississippi, and now I think there's something that's been going on, or I think I got the city right. Baltimore, I think, is the other city that's been mentioned recently, if I'm not mistaken. And I remember some time back before Dick Gregory, the great Dick Gregory passed, when the Flint situation was going down, or already had been going down, he mentioned there was other cities that was like that they were just not mentioning. And you notice that a lot of people that should be getting punished for that stuff, for having these water issues, and it being in majority Blacks, populated cities, notice nothing ain't really been happening to them. And if it has, it's been real quiet on what happened to these folks who were responsible for this dirty water. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it kind of reminds me of something else too that no one is really harping on in the health industry, I should say, with the jabs and the stabs. Nobody's getting punished for that either. I just thought I'd go off on that a little bit, but we're going to stick back to this reparations situation. Don't get it twisted. Black folks, FBA, BGR, freedmen, descendants of American slaves, descendants of American chattel slavery, however you want to phrase it. We ain't forgot about reparations. You might not hear people talking about it lately, or it might seem like we quiet on it, but don't get it twisted. We got reparations in the sights. And I don't know about this 7% thing they were talking about, that only 7% really feel extremely high or likely that we will get it. I think it's more, I think the percentage is a lot higher. But they're trying everything in the book to try to keep from, owing this debt that they owe to FBA, you know what I'm saying? And again, they're giving all this finances and the red carpet treatment to Ukrainians, Afghans, illegal immigrants coming from over the Mexico-Texas border, Native Americans who continue to get money. And what hasn't been mentioned lately is the 1866 treaty. Don't forget that. You owe some Black folks from that 1866 Indian treaty too. Shout out to Dr. Claude Anderson on that one. All right. So make no mistake, man. We ain't forgot about the reparations. Definitely didn't forget about reparations. So you let me know what you guys think, man. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, I had to run this back again because they tampered with the audio. So I figured out another way. We're going to get that fixed real quick. It seems like they do that from time to time, man. My audio gets cut and you'll see me on here doing everything. I'm talking to y'all. And you're just seeing the visuals. But once again, I appreciate everybody who subscribed to the channel, man. You really blew the channel up quick in about a few months. Like I said, I only had like 15 to 18 subscribers. Now we rocking with 152, and I hope y'all keep on rocking with me. All right. Continue supporting the voices of new Black media. You can support new Black media here by subscribing to this channel. We're also available on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and here on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I'm on. And from time to time, check your subscription to the channel because, sometimes YouTube likes to pluck some of y'all off of here, and you might not realize you've been plucked off as a subscriber. So be sure to check that from time to time. All right. And of course, I'm gonna keep bringing y'all the news. Again, I got some more FBA culture reports to do, and I'm gonna bring y'all a nice doozy. I think something I put together a little while back, and I'm gonna play that here in a little bit and explain a little bit about that as well, because something's gonna happen in 2024 in relation to my next FBA culture report. All right, so y'all definitely stay tuned for that. And as always, again, I thank y'all, man. This is What's the 411 News. As always, I'll be back with some more. I'm out of here. Peace. Welcome, everybody, to What's the 411? This is the place that brings you news, observation, interpretation, and news commentary. Let's get it.